Hey everyone, I'm Doug.
And I'm Whit.
And we are the Stream Team. Hey, we got it in sync. Awesome. So this is episode 17, and we're doing a list of top 10 tips to make your live stream better. So these are...
Which is something I would want.
Yeah, yep. These are mostly things that you learn through trial and error. Mistakes that I've made in the past.
Me too.
Lessons learned the hard way.
Maybe not as in intricate detail, but I've definitely been on shoots where these things have happened.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it happens to everybody, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, so giving you some tips on how to make your live stream go as smoothly as possible and to be prepared in case of something going wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's the killer for a lot of live production, like not being prepared.
That's the scary part.
For the surprise. Yeah.
Because if something goes wrong, the show's not stopping.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't stop and wait for you.
No. You got to figure it out.
If something's going wrong, you got
over.
to come up with a solution on your own. So we've got 10 tips in order to help you do that. But before we get into that, we have something exciting coming up.
August 10th, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 1900 UTC. We're celebrating our 10,000 subscriber mark.
Yep.
So we're gonna have a live Q&A / party.
Woo.
It's gonna be kind of a big deal. Like we've been planning it for a little while now.
Right.
And we've got some good surprises, so it's something you guys don't want to miss.
And we got prizes, surprises.
Prizes too, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. We added the giveaway since the last time we talked about this. A little bit of interactivity with the audience.
Showing some old videos.
Yeah, a lot of videos you guys have never seen. So,
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing it with commentary, so you get a little bit more about what's going on behind the scenes for this stuff. So
we're going to dress up. It's going to be fancy.
Yep. It's going to be lots of fun.
Fancy as we can make it.
Of any of the videos we've done on the channel in a while, I think this is the one that people are really going to enjoy more than anything else. So
Me too.
yeah, and not just for film and video nerds. You know, it's like
Yeah.
I've invited my family to watch and some friends, and it's going to be enjoyable for all, not just
for
people,
everyone.
not just for production people. So,
Yeah.
So yes, Monday the 10th, 1 p.m. Mountain, 1900 UTC, just like she said. So number one, why don't you take this one?
Audio comes first. Out of everything that I've ever done, if I ever give anyone tips, even just for film, especially for film, if you're doing anything, make sure the audio is good.
Right. Yeah.
Is really good.
And it seems kind of counterintuitive if you're doing video production that you should really focus on audio, but audio really is more important than the video. Audio is 80% of the perception of what people are seeing on a stream.
And people are more accustomed to good audio. You can hear it right away. It's irritating. You don't want to listen to bad audio ever. Yeah. People are more forgiving with bad video versus audio.
Definitely, yeah.
Always.
Yep. If you're in a situation where you have to make a compromise between the two, compromise on the video side. I know as video people, that's not the natural tendency that we have, but yeah, put more effort into your audio than your video.
Unless it's a silent film. But no one does that, so.
Not really. Okay, number two, stage your equipment a week out. So what that means is a week before an event. I mean, this is definitely something you want to do before a big event, but I would do it for any event. Take all the equipment out that you're going to be using for the event, set it up in your house, your office, whatever, the same way you're going to be doing it at the event itself.
Yep.
Make sure it all works. Make sure that you've got all the settings correct. You know, you don't want to find out a day before an event that you've got a camera that isn't working. You want to know that ahead of time so you can make arrangements to rent something else or order a replacement, whatever. So yeah, just go through, do the entire setup as much as you possibly can a week before an event, and make sure that it's all going.
I concur.
All right, want to do number three?
Set up and test on locations a day ahead of time. Sometimes you can't necessarily get into the venue a day ahead of time, but if you can, try and set up as much as possible. It just makes it go so much faster.
The whole setup on the day before an event, that way you're not, that way you've got time to test, and if something's wrong, you got time to fix it. If you wait till the day of an event and discover 20 minutes before an event you've got a bad cable, you might not have time to do anything about it, So if you at all can, set everything up the day before, do a thorough test. And
because other things are going to come up the day of too. You're going to have to talk with
New
all the people
surprises.
who work there, something always changes. So if you have your stuff set up, that's going to make things go a lot smoother and faster.
Yeah, and you kind of segued into number 4, which is to work with lighting and other personnel at a venue. So I'm kind of an introvert. I think you kind of are too, a little bit.
Yeah.
So the natural tendency isn't necessarily to be outgoing and talk to the people that are going to be there. So
Although in film I can do it for some weird reason. I make friends pretty easily. But that's because I'm
funny.
a nerd, because I like talking about it.
It's weird how we can, certain conditions, we can really put ourselves out there a little bit more. My natural tendency is to go, just do my job, not talk to anybody. That's not a really good idea. So lighting, if you want to talk, you should talk to the lighting people. Set up a camera, see what the lighting looks like on camera, and they can probably make tweaks for you. If you find that the people on stage or whatever have really bad shadows under their eyes or something like that, they probably have another light that they can turn on. Also, you might probably want to talk to them and find out what color of lighting they're using, so you know how to set the white balance on your camera properly.
Yes.
That's
a big one.
If they don't know what color lighting they have, run away. I've encountered that many times. But yeah, and it isn't just lighting. It's like anybody doing audio. You want to work with them too. They do all your audio testing and everything like that.
Yeah,
So.
test like the max volume that they're going to be doing, so you don't have any peaking, all that stuff.
Number 5.
5, create a test stream. So day before, day of, you want to do a private test, and then just see if everything's working properly.
Yeah.
On your own.
Essentially all the same settings that you're going to be using for the real event, just in a private stream that you can monitor ahead of time to make sure everything's working just right. So, yep.
And then if you can, watch a full rehearsal of the production.
Right. It's not just beneficial for technical reasons, but also so your crew gets a feel for the flow of the show and like what cues they're going to have to be watching out for and things like that. That's tremendously helpful. That alone can increase the quality of a production tremendously.
Yeah, it's just gonna make us look like we know what we're doing.
Right. Yep.
That's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
A lot of times, most of the time, I can't get a full rehearsal. It's just
it's not always possible.
It's a lot, but if you can,
but there are a lot of situations where they will do a rehearsal and just not tell you ahead of time. Yeah, so you can check in. It's like, are you guys going to be rehearsing? And if so, show up. Be there for it. So, yep.
Take notes.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe even record it. All right. Number 6. So after you've got your live stream set up and going, make sure you're monitoring it too. Make sure that, we ran into this when we did a live stream a couple weeks ago. Everything worked great beforehand.
Yep.
The minute we hit live, the signal went dead.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And we didn't know. We did an hour-long Q&A. Just us.
Yep. So, yeah, it's a good idea to have a phone, a tablet, something, monitoring the stream. And if you can, have that be on a different network than the one you're using for streaming. You don't want to be stealing bandwidth from your live stream to monitor it. So,
exactly.
Yeah, so use someone's cell phone on not on Wi-Fi, on cellular.
Don't use Wi-Fi.
And very, very, very minimum, have somebody at home that can call you whenever there's an issue. So,
ours is Paul.
Yep. We have a Paul. so that's number 6.
Number 7, take stream live before the scheduled time. So I didn't know this until I started working with you, but you can put up a graphic that's helpful before you technically go live to let your viewers know that they're going to go live. It's just we're waiting for it to happen. It hasn't technically started. So you have like a graphic saying starting soon, or a countdown or something to let your audience know that they're in the right place. It's just going to go live here in a minute.
Yeah, and that gives you another chance to make sure the technology is all working properly. And the other one, this one always gets me. It's like, I don't do this with my own channel. I should, but I don't. If you don't do this, you go to hit the go live button, and you end up streaming more than you intend to. Because there's always a delay going to YouTube or whatever. And when you hit that live button, they're going to start sending out whatever data they have then, which is actually a delayed signal from you.
Yeah.
So you're going to be sitting there looking stupid for a few seconds before you actually think you're live. So.
Yeah.
But if you have your live stream already going, at that when it actually goes live, you just cut to the right camera and go. It's cleaner, it's easier.
You're already ready.
Okay, number 8. prepare graphics ahead of time. There's a bunch of different types of
Yes.
graphics that you can do, so it's great to have lower thirds, so you can show people's names. You can throw some lower thirds in there right
If you
there.
guys see the links and stuff, that's technically a lower third.
Yep. So have those prepared ahead of time if you possibly can. Full screen titles, whatever. Have those prepared ahead of time so you're not having to frantically throw something together during an event.
Get like the schedule, get everyone's names, titles, everything ready.
But at the same time, be prepared for changes too, because it's very often you see changes in a lineup. If you got a business presentation, somebody doesn't show up or they change speakers at the last second, don't bother to tell you. So be prepared for those changes, but have as much rendered ahead of time as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And in addition to lower thirds, it's probably a good idea to have graphics for a pre-roll. So again, we talked about having a graphic go live before an event starts. So having a graphic prepared for that. One for post-roll, which would be like, you've just watched this event. Here's where you find them on the internet. Here's who you contact if you have questions.
Yep.
Here's the production company that put it together. Give yourself some free advertising. Those kinds of things.
So like credits.
Yeah, essentially. Another one that's good to have is we're experiencing technical difficulties. We'll be back when we can. So if something goes wrong, cut to that.
Yep.
And then people aren't just staring at a black screen.
Which has happened.
Has happened. Yep.
Okay, number 9. Clear or mute all music. So you want to notify the audio engineer what you'll be streaming. Copyrighted music is a big deal.
It's a huge problem
online.
Yeah. I mean,
They're going to cut you off if something is not licensed.
Right. Yeah. Some platforms are worse than others, like Facebook. If they detect some music that they don't have licenses for, they just essentially cut you off.
Yeah.
YouTube generally will mute it if you're playing something you shouldn't. But even then, you're still at risk of getting a copyright notification, if not an outright strike.
I hate copyright music.
Yeah. It's a huge
It's an
problem.
issue for everything, really. Royalty-free music's not very fun to go through either, though.
No. But at least it's an option, you know?
But it's something.
But no audio engineer wants to use that because they want to play songs that people know over the PA and whatever, and yeah. But the one that always gets me with the copyright music is not when we get a direct feed from the soundboard. It's always when mics in the venue pick up music that's being played over the PA.
Yeah, like the camera and stuff. Yeah.
So like if I'm getting a direct feed from a board and they're playing copyright music, I just mute it. And that's just my standard policy. Like they're playing stuff that I can't play on my channel legally, I just mute it. Like, sorry, I'm not going to risk my channel over somebody not playing by the rules. So, but that said, you got an event going on, somebody's talking, they play some music in there to get the crowd excited or whatever. What do you do?
Good luck.
Yeah, it's kind of a nasty one. So, but it's a good idea to let the audio engineer that you're live streaming, and if possible, to avoid using copyrighted music. And then number 10, this is kind of a big one. All the equipment that you have, everything you set up, it's a really good idea to have a backup of everything.
Yeah.
I know that can sound crazy, like it's crazy expensive. Do I need to buy 2 of everything? Well, not necessarily.
Yes.
If you normally shoot with 3 cameras, have a 4th, If you need to have a backup, well, you should have a backup for your switcher. To buy a real cheap one, get an A10 Mini or something like that as the backup. You don't have to have all the functionality in your backup that you have in your primary. It can be a lesser quality product with less functionality. That's okay. The point is that if you have a piece of equipment go down, you can still do something.
Yeah, exactly.
It might not be as fancy as it would be otherwise.
Yeah.
But you're still functional.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah. On this list, cameras, switchers, microphones, computers, video encoder, cables for audio and for cameras. That even goes so far as if you're especially doing a big event, just run 2 cables to every camera.
Yeah.
Just have a backup all the time. If something goes wrong, you just hook in the backup.
Yeah.
So
you don't have to be running around and grabbing cables.
Yeah,
when I was doing A2 in school, they said, well, if a cable goes down, you have to fix it during the event. We do basketball games. I was like, well, how am I supposed to know what cable goes out? They're like, well, you just got to find it. I'm like, there's 20 cables. I can't go around. I'm one person. So that always stressed me out. I would pray that a cable would work.
Yeah. Traditionally, like in that case, the person running the audio board would at least know what channel it's bad.
Yeah.
But even then, you got to find the cable. So it's just a good idea. It
stressed me out
just have
so much.
Just have duplicates. Most video and audio cables are not that expensive. Just run 2 to every camera. whatever your audio source, so it's there if you need it. You know, like
Yeah.
instead of running around like a chicken with your head cut off, you can.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a problem, disconnect the cable that's there and connect to your backup. And you know, if the cable is bad, that'll solve your problem just like that.
Yeah.
Nobody will even know you were down.
Yeah.
But,
I remember a HDMI cable went down like 20 minutes before an event, and my boss had to run to Radio Shack and beg them to open 10 minutes before so he could buy a cable.
yeah, yeah. So
That's all he needed, and
Yeah.
that's all we needed to go. Like, it was the only thing that was preventing us from shooting.
right.
One cable.
Yep. Have backups.
Yes.
And then other things that you should have backup for, your internet connection. So if you're going through the venue, also have cellular available. You know, have a cell phone, a hotspot, whatever,
Yeah.
so that you have another way to get signal out. Backup
We talked
power.
about that in our last video.
Yes, we did. Yep.
Nacho Wi-Fi.
That's right. That's not your wife. Backup power. So a little uninterruptible power supply, UPS, on critical pieces of equipment. It also means putting batteries in your cameras and everything else that you can. So
Charge everything.
have it all charged.
Fully
Yep.
charged.
Yep. And have backups for your batteries as well. So if you're gonna go through one battery for a day, have 3 at
Right.
each camera, right? So.
Exactly.
And then also backups on your memory cards too. The memory cards can and do go bad, which also means if you have cameras that can record to 2 memory cards at a time and you're shooting something important, shoot to both memory cards at a time. Yes,
Right.
it's more of an investment to have more cards, but the first time you have something go wrong, it totally pays
It's
for itself.
worth it.
It's absolutely
yeah.
worth it. You know, memory cards are cheap,
Yeah.
so it's a great way to make sure that you're getting the footage that you need to. So yeah, in case something does go wrong, you're still protected. So
Exactly.
that's 10. So
You good?
we could probably do another one. We could do several of these actually,
Yeah.
additional 10 tips. But these are the ones that,
These are kind of the big ones.
yeah, these are lessons that I've learned the hard way. And if my experience can be of any benefit to the people watching this, awesome. You know,
Yep.
they say wise people learn from experience. Super wise people learn from others' experience. So be one of those super wise people.
Oh, yeah.
And
I'm
learn
pretty
from-
sure I've like dealt with all this too on
Yeah.
some level. Even if I wasn't in charge, but I've seen it for sure every single time something go wrong in all these areas. So
Yep. So
it's preventable. Just gotta prepare.
just have a backup plan for everything. Really, that's kind of what a lot of this boils down to. And test everything.
Test. Yes.
So that's it. Yeah, nice and simple, nice and easy. If you guys have questions about any of these, you can leave those in the comments, and I or Whit or somebody in the community will answer those as best we possibly can. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We want as many subscribers.
We're
to this
almost to
channel.
10,000, so you guys can
close.
be one of those people.
That's right. You can be one of those final that help us get right past that 10,000 mark.
Yep.
We are so close. We are at 9,920 this morning. So we are so close. But
Cool.
yeah, help push us back past that, and yeah, pretty exciting.
The 10th, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 1900 UTC. That's when we're going to be celebrating. So
Absolutely worth watching.
have fun and yeah.
We've been
enjoy.
working on the agenda for a little while. This is going to be spectacular.
We're planning
guys.
stuff, so like this
Yeah.
isn't just a willy-nilly Q&A.
It's
like,
not a normal
been-
Q&A, not by any stretch of the imagination. This is
Yep.
going to be the best video we've done in quite a while, so definitely worth watching. The link to see that is streamteam.link/the number 10,000. That'll get you to the live stream as well. I just put the link up for the giveaway, so you can actually enter for the giveaways right now. Just a quick note about that. When you put your name and email address in there, you have to click on the link that comes in your email to confirm. Because if you don't do that, you don't actually get entered. So we have to make sure that your email address is real, so that we can tell you if you've won. So, but yeah, definitely tune in and watch that. So, anything else? Have I got it all? We
No,
got it
I
all?
think that's it.
Okay. All right. You can find Whit on Instagram at Witty Film Girl. You can find me at Got Gadgets, or DJP at DJP_video, and post stuff there all the time. So, yep. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching, and have a fantastic day.